Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So, Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, we talk about, I'm going to raise this because I think you guys get to see like an upward view up my nostrils, which I don't think you want to actually do. So, today is Health Freedom Tuesday. We're balancing health and wealth for spiritual entrepreneurs, service-based business owners, and light workers. So we're manifesting more life work balance, right? As the end of 2023, going into 2024, it's going to be lit. So I want to support you in balancing your health and your wealth, as it says on the tin. You know, as I balance my health and my wealth, I will tell you that this YouTube podcast is a practical podcast. So, you know, we journal together, we visualize together, we set intentions together, we express gratitude together, we share the books that we read together, we pull cards together, we do all the things. I love it. So, how are you feeling today? If nobody's asked you, I like to say and rate a vibration with the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, meaning like, how high vibing are you today? And if you are not feeling so high vibe, I want to help you to feel high vibe by the time that you pass through my world is the intention, right? And if you're feeling high vibe, whoop, whoop, that's amazing. Keep emanating that vibration. So we vibrate our frequency, we rate it between a 1 and 11. That's just my jam. That's just my rating. We don't get 0 because we're briefing. And 11 is like that connection to source, higher self, all the things. That all love that. Yay. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. When you get distracted. Can you see me and hear me? I'm so sorry. Okay, you got distracted. Apologies for that. Let me know where you're watching from in the world. Where did I go? I know. Do you know what I did? Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. Do you know what I did? I actually got distracted with a message. And yeah, so I switched off. But let me just switch that off. So what was I going to say? Health, balancing health and wealth. So hey Tiana, how you doing? Oh, thank you for joining me. I don't know why it keeps saying Facebook user. I don't think I've added the give StreamYard your permission to see who you are. But I don't know what time it is for you, but it's quite late for me. But I was just mulling around and all the things, and I'm like, okay, let me get this. I need to register or something. No, so usually StreamYard, I think I have not ticked the box where this software is called StreamYard, and they usually have a little message at the top or at the bottom of the stream, and it says give StreamYard your permission just to share like your face and your name. But that's okay, I know who you are anyway, unless we have loads of people on here that do the same thing. So we're rating our vibrational frequency. So Tiana, I don't know if you said I see. So I don't know if you have had a look at the vision board yet. But as we do the vision board and we do the vision board party, every single day we talked about the 7 freedoms, different areas of your life for living intentionally, right? So I don't leave you hanging. So part of my business model is, okay, we'll do a challenge annually, and then every single day, because it's for me first, and it's for you guys and it's for my students, I actually hold you accountable to be consistent. So on day 2 in the vision board challenge, we talked about health freedom, and balancing that health and wealth is the theme every single Tuesday. So whether you come live with me or not, I want you to really think of these 7 areas, which I call the 7 freedoms. And I say the 7 freedoms frequency because we want to elevate that. And on the vision board, I talked about your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your social health, your environmental health, and your spiritual health. I think I missed one out. But anyway, the 5 types of health and anything else in between, and how healthy your relationships are, how healthy your business is, how healthy just everything, how healthy your finances, everything. And so I come and I just say, you know, this is how I'm vibing between a 1 and 11. 1 is soul funk. 11 is like, yes, let me get it. I feel amazing. Do you know what I mean? So we rate every single day and we journal. I don't even know where my journal is. The journal is over there. And we journal. And then throughout the week, we go between a 1 and 11. So every single day you should have a rating. And so Monday is CFM, Contribution Freedom Monday equals. Tuesday is HFT, Health Freedom Tuesday equals. And then by the time that we get to the end of the week, we know where we're vibing and we know where we're dipping, and then we know what to work on and what to improve. So we rate our vibrational frequency. All right. So right now your goal is vibing at an 11. I feel amazing. Like I'm 50 and I was like, I think 50 feels good on me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I feel really good. And I've shared so many times that, you know, I went through a spiritual awakening. I've been through many, and a dark night of the soul, for real, like not even kidding. I know I smile a lot, but when I came back online in August, after looking after 3 children under 5, I was in burnout. Your girl was in burnout. And I was saying to my niece that, you know, I was drinking, not like crazy, like fall over drinking, but just drinking, like using that as a. And then what I do is get non-alcoholic wine, because my daughter was like, Mum, because she'd get me the wine. She's older, she's 20, she's nearly 21. And because I couldn't go out to the shops because I had the kids, or we'd swap or whatever. But she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what? You know, you just don't know. And you think, oh, I'll have a glass of wine. And then I started to get non-alcoholic wine. I've drunk non-alcoholic wine before, but I started to get non-alcoholic wine because I still wanted that feeling of, oh, I'm just going to relax at the end of the day kind of thing. And I'm like, dude, that's not cool. But I had those cravings because I experienced burnout. And when you look at burnout, there's loads of ways that affects you. So I feel amazing now. But I came back online in that like recovery mode, and I use these 7 freedoms to improve my mental health and well-being and all the things, every single area. So it works. And I've lived intentionally using these 7 freedoms, the intentional living codes, for the last 5 years. So when you see me vibing, you'll know, because I manage my emotions, I manage my health. I'm not perfect at it. I drop off. After our session, I am 15. Almost, I can't think of it. Sorry. Well, I've never had a 15 on the scale. So. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited for you. And for those of you who don't know, like after my vision board party, I offered out some one-on-one sessions, which I rarely do. And I haven't done for a long time, actually. And the Bank 50K in 50 days. And I just love it. I love to put my all in and balance my health and wealth. I do, and it just feels amazing. And I know the value that I can offer, but only to specific people, because I can't offer it to everyone. So I actually cancelled 2 calls, and I had 2 calls, and they were amazing. And so Tiana's was one of the calls that I had today, which is just absolutely epic. And health and wealth as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a light worker, as a service-based business owner, know that your mental health, your emotional health, all those things, when you're trying to like build your business and have your vision and move into your vision, you really do have to find a way to manage all of those areas so that you can show up as your best self. You know what I mean? And so when we're working on that was the point of me doing this. I wanted to show up and really manage every single area. And I didn't want to have some things go by the wayside, like sleep, for instance. For years and years and years, I had insomnia when I had my son. I don't know why in my pregnancy, I was just awake, but it never really ever bothered me. And when I had my daughter, the 7.5 years between them, I was awake in the night. I was doing my degree and stuff, and I was just awake in the night. So I'd clean the home, and I never really got out of that pattern. So it wasn't anything like through worry. It just had happened. I've had worrying times, but it wasn't ever through that. And of late, I've just slept like an absolute baby, not all the way through the night, because I don't know if anybody does, but just later and just more relaxed, and it just feels amazing. So I want to support you in looking after your health and your wealth and your well-being. So if you do the vision board challenge, whatever you put on the health is what we want to journal. And so the next segment of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is to do the vision board challenge. And so I'll leave the links and the cards in the show notes. And for you, it's a 7-day challenge. It's a vision board party. I have so much fun doing it. I do it live annually on the second week in December, Monday to Sunday. So every single day we talk about the 7 freedoms, but you'll always have access to a version of it or a replay of it. I love it. So I invite you to do that. The next segment for the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, and that's Spiritual Business Success, is to visualize your day, right? How you launch your day, how you lead your day, and how you leave your day. And that basically is my way of rhyming and saying morning routine, daily routine, and nighttime routine regarding your health. And so whatever you have on your vision board, how can you infuse that into your life? Visualize yourself, set the energy, like what are you doing at your best and your healthiest self without like worrying about the other areas. What could you do? So the next segment when we journal, so you can write it down, and that's making a commitment. I tend to just do the video journal now. And the next segment is to decide what are the 1 to 3 things that you can do. Like you visualized it now, there's a gap. So if there's a gap, because if there wasn't a gap, that wouldn't be on your vision board, you'd just be doing it. So there's a gap. So what 1 to 3 things could you do or let go of? You choose. It might be one thing that you do, one thing that you let go of, right? So to improve that health and wealth and your well-being and raise your vibration. So your vibration is a 15. So if it was lower, we look back on last Tuesday to this Tuesday, right? And if you weren't with me last Tuesday, that's fine. You can still look back at the week and see, have you been taking care of yourself? Have you been eating right, sleeping well, out in nature? And I haven't been out in nature very much this week. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been out for days because I've been doing the vision board challenge, but it's not stressful for me. And there's times when if I'm working on a project, I give myself grace because other things will go out of balance, but they're not out of balance. They're still in harmony and I'm still good and I'm still taking breaks. And I'm not saying micromanage your life. So it looks like you've got 15 minutes here and 50. It doesn't, my life doesn't work like that. Just as long as it's working in harmony and you're feeling good and you're smiling and you're happy, then I'm all good with that. So what can you do throughout your day? And so when you look back at the last week, and so now I can look to the next week, it's going to change because I haven't got that project. I've not got my head in that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be out again on my daily walks, etc. So I can visualize and set the energy for the next week. And I know that I've compartmentalized this week, if that makes sense, or last week, if that makes sense. Lucy Cross, hey Lucy, hey sis, how you doing? I don't know if we've connected, but it's really lovely that you're here, and thank you for the love. Hang on, I'm just gonna try because I'm on my phone, guys. So I get messages that come up, and Facebook's telling me that I'm going live in a minute. No, Facebook's telling me be ready to be live. I'm like, dude, I'm live already. But it's lovely to connect with you. So if you are new to me, I'm talking about freedom. I'm talking about the value of freedom, your vision of freedom, and raising our vibration to freedom. So we're living an intentional life and having the experience of the health and wealth that we really want to have because it's important to us. It's important to me. Without our health, we can't really leave a legacy, right? And if we think about the generations, what people have passed down health-wise, mental health-wise, emotional health-wise, social health, all those, is like, wow. And then what are we going to pass down? You know, so I wanted to be my healthiest version for my daughter, my granddaughter, and for them to watch me. They watch me hard. My daughter watches me all the time, all the time. You know, she's even when you don't think they're watching you, trust me, they're watching you. They're watching you. So what are you going to do? Right? Those habits and being that role model. So the next segment for the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is we've done the rating, we've done the vision boarding, we've done the how you're going to see you're launching your day. We've done okay, well, what actions? And I want you guys to actually write down those actions and body up in the vision board group, so that you know that you're meeting the universe in the middle for an entire year until we do the vision board challenge again. I think it's just magic. So the next segment, I'm going to actually pull a card. I haven't. No, did I pull it? I might have. Did I? Yeah, I did. I pulled the card already for Keepers of the Light. I'm going to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge at the end. Oh, you can't even see it, look. Can you see that? You can't, can you? I've got, it's called Melchizedek, Higher Learning. I pulled this for us earlier from Keepers of the Light. I've got my ring light, and this is not my forte, but I like pulling the cards. You can see it. And it's like just the ring light. Look how shiny that is. Why do everybody else get to do that? And it's really cool. So I'll read it anyway, right? Because it's for all of us. So hopefully you'll take something from that. And if you've pulled your own cards today, hopefully you'll take something from that as well. It says, you have learned from experience. Yes. More inner study is now required to further your progress. What, more? Okay, then. All right. Melchizedek, pronounced Melchizedek, I think I've said it right, is a high priest who is mentioned in the Bible's book of Genesis and many other sources too. He is here to assist the earth through the ascension process. Oh, can I get it in, Meg? Yes. Through the ascension. We're going. Melchizedek's here. We're going. Oh, yes, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, I talk about spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension, and spiritual alchemy all day long. I'm just saying. Yes, which is basically moving everyone and everything back to the state of love and harmony. Oh, Cal Gray's amazing. Yes. Wait a minute. We've got yes. We've got a yes. Yes, exactly. You know, when you're just in tune and you just hear the words that you need to hear, like yes. And I shared on my profile that my book, I published it already. It's a #1 bestseller, but I published it like the paperback. And I just got my first sale for my paperback, and I was just celebrating and absolutely basking. And then the soul sister who bought it was like, you are just such a beautiful soul. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be crying. And I just literally said, that energy, that love energy is what makes the world go around. Because somebody else posted underneath the same post as she posted was just, you are brave and you just show that example. And I'm just like, dude, you're going to make me cry. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love. This love is for you. And it's just so beautiful. So hang on, let me just go back to the state of love and harmony. He appears with a bright light around him and a long white beard to match his ancient high priest ways, and is said to have his own order of light-filled priests who are able to help spiritual people develop their gifts and qualities. Yes, he works on the higher energetic level. We can connect with him through sacred geometry by focusing on ancient star-shaped symbols. Can somebody bring the star-shaped symbols up in here? I'm just saying. Extended message. You have learned so much to this point and are learning every day. Absolutely. You are recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you, and are preparing for a transition or inner ascension where you will move beyond any level of fear into the inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Oh, that's big. Yes, welcome that. Become aware of patterns, ancient symbols and signs. When I see them, I'm going to take pictures of them. Ancient symbols and signs being sent to you from the universe. Thank you, universe. I bet you any money I will see a sign. I will just see one. Like 24 hours, I will post whatever I see. There's a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. See, I don't do the meditation piece. I just don't do it. Sorry, Melchizedek. That is cool. Is that cool? Beautiful. I know. What's the name of the book? Oh, the book, not the, oh, my book. Oh, thank you. Hang on. It's called Spiritual. See the ring light? Spiritual. You'll have to just imagine that the ring light's not there. Spiritual YouTubers. You'll find it on my profile. Spiritual YouTubers from scratch. A soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So this right here is me leveraging my light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So I have the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, and my website is soullegacyacademy.com. So I'm all about launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. And everything that I've learned is in the book. And I absolutely love it. And I literally, I wrote the book, I edited the book, I formatted the book, and I published the book. And I'm like, wow, it needs one edit in there. And I'm going to leave it in there because it says copy at the front and it shouldn't. And I'm like, do you know what? My perfectionism is done. I've recovered and I'm like so good with it because I copied it out from the Kindle version. Yeah. Received with love and gratitude, Melchizedek. Excuse my spelling. I know. Yeah, that's me. So happy you spelled it like that because that is me. I have Erlen and dyslexia. The fact that I read it out, because when I was at school and the teachers, don't know about you, but the teachers would say, read the book, and it would be like a book that everybody read. And, you know, somebody would start off where somebody left off. And I was like, please don't call me. Please don't call me. Please don't call me. And when they called me, I would speak like a robot because I have Erlen and dyslexia. For me to just speak out the cards every single day is a big, hairy deal. Love it. Yeah, thank you. I'm so I got the paperback so I could take my book on a book tour. And I got the paperback for when I do my book launch videos. So there's a reference to my YouTube channel in the book and my courses, etc. And I want to change the way that self-publishing is done, meaning that we take the reader from the book into, you get to meet the author and you actually get to implement what the author is saying. This shelf help stuff is not working for me. That's amazing. It is for how to go about launching yourself on YouTube with spiritual teachings. Yeah, it is, because I needed it. And so literally it's so I'll read the back of it. So it says, a soul guided influence compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube has been designed to act as a way to simply align your message, your movement, and your money. This book was designed by Iona Meade, me, producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, is a perfect guide to start a YouTube channel, podcast, which is what I'm doing now because I'll strip out the audio and it is my podcast, and acts as a spiritual business success planner so you can launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. Get ready to structure the back end of your spiritual business model so you can start getting featured and find fellow soul guided influencers on JV. JV stands for Joint Vision Partners, not joint venture. On podcast, radio, summits, YouTube, live streams, and collabs. Together, we co-create a high-paying soul client funnel formula to attract millions searching for your problem-solving soul work on media platforms every single day. And I've got a couple of testimonials, and then I've got my picture and a course, my 5-day course, which actually walks you through YouTube. And you get, when you buy the book, the Kindle version or the Kindle Unlimited or the paperback, whichever, there's a coupon code, a $55 coupon code in for a 5-day challenge, a self-study challenge. So I'm just like, I want to change the way that books are written. I said, oh my God, that is what I want to do. No way. But are you serious? Oh, but I'm so scared just thinking about it tonight. And then you come up, oh, I can't. Let me just, I might even, no, if I take a screenshot of this, I might cut everybody off. Can somebody screenshot that? Like, wow, really? I don't like public speaking or being out there so publicly, but that's my biggest fear. So we've been talking about fear all last week. And so listen to this, right, real quick. I'll tell you the first chapter, what the first chapter is, because I know I was there where you are, right? So the first chapter is, there's 11 key principles, right? And the first chapter is the principle of consistently going public. And I talk about that fear and showing up raw and real, authentically. And I talk about the fear in here and the fear of public speaking. It's like a quote on one of the chapters. The fear that you have, and I was saying to Tiana earlier, we were talking about fear. You're right, beautiful. Lovely. And we were talking about fear and getting started. And I shared a story of when I literally first got started. And I had my avatar, like a picture of my ideal client back then, I used to say. And I put, her name was Keisha, and I put her on in front of my camera, and I would speak to just her. I would do the practice, I would practice, and I would practice, and I would practice. And I was saying that those are videos that you will never ever see. And I'm going to delete them because my daughter would be like, yeah, there's my mom. Right. But it's practice. And it's if somebody else can do it, you can do it. And if you've got a fire in your belly and you've got transformation to if you've got transformation to add to the world, and you are here to make a difference, which you are, because you wouldn't be attracted to me, then it's time. And we squash that fear, and there's ways to do that. And then it becomes like, oh, why didn't I do this before? I've had students, clients who Robin Knott will tell you, if you watch this, like, post underneath, Robin came into my group and I had a video visibility challenge, and Robin was planning on lurking in my group, and I was like, dude, come and do a video visibility challenge. And she did it, and we ended up working together for like the last 2 years, and she did her YouTube channel, and she didn't like camera, and she's done hundreds of videos on her YouTube channel now. Lucy says, can't believe this, there are no coincidences. I know, and this has been happening to me all day. Listen, this is about health, right? And I'll talk about it more on Relationship Freedom Friday, but I literally did some tapping today. And I'm like, there's miracles and synchronicities happening. And I'm like, oh, when you're just in alignment. Is this your full-time job now, being a YouTuber? Yes. I'm a spiritual digital nomad. Yes. I came back online. I've been online. I came online as a vision life purpose business coach about 2008, 2009. So that's like 15 years ago. I don't know, whatever, do that maths. And I've been on and offline, but I've always I worked in childcare to like degree level, but I love this, and I coach, and I show you in the book, there's a 1-page plan for you to follow to actually become that YouTuber as well. And it's fun. You don't have to do it full time at first, but there's a way to do it. Most YouTubers, most authors, most coaches don't know how to monetize their calling. And I'm like, no, dude, you need to. And we don't do lots of videos first. We actually get to monetizing your business. And Tiana, we were saying, like, she's at 11:15 right now, because we had a conversation about business, not just about, putting videos out there. So you wouldn't even be on like doing full-time YouTube straight away. You would actually see what your calling is, create your program, create your products out of that, get that confidence, and then go, if that makes sense. So where was I? Can't remember. All right, let's do, so we did the card, didn't we? Let's do the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, and then we'll do gratitude, right? And I didn't read a book for today. I normally read a book every single day on the area, like on health. So Lucy says, wow, amazing. So you make good money. I want to be an ascension teacher, chakra meditation teacher, etc. as my service. Yeah, I do a Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. I'm on it. The last time I did the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, I wasn't fully on YouTube, but I wanted everybody to go over to YouTube. And so I learned the YouTube and taken my business onto that. But my business isn't just on YouTube. I've scheduled my business out for 7 years. And so I walk my own talk right now. I'm doing my own Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And the way that I share how to do it is through 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. So when I did it first, I've done it over the years, but when I created it into this challenge, I did 50 breakthrough sessions in 28 days. That's why I taught before, but now it's 50 days. And so I banked 32K in 37 days. I enrolled. And the way that I was doing it wasn't perfected, my business model. And I had to go redefine it. And then I'm back. So once I've done my own 50 days, and I'll let you know, sky's the limit. And so it's just a really beautiful model. I'm really proud of it and I really love it. So yeah, you can you manifest whatever financial freedom you want to manifest. When you ask, it is given. But if you offer value and offer 10 times the value, you feel good about it. So you've got to be in alignment with it, basically. But yeah. So, and you can do all of that stuff on YouTube as well. So one of my students was doing chakra and stuff, but you've got to be in alignment with it. It won't work if you don't work it. And if you're afraid of being in service, so I say showing up, speaking out and serving deep in a way that feels good to you, right? So there's a framework, but you make it, and how much experience you have, etc. But you set your own financial freedom goals, you set your own numbers, you set your own figures, and don't dictate all of that to you. So hopefully that makes sense. So the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, right? So my journal, without knocking everything off, my little ladies, my daughter's messaging me as well. She's so beautiful. So this is called the Soul Legacy Journal. Again, founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, Soul Legacy TV, right? Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So the podcast is called the Seven Freedoms Frequency because I bring in every single area of your life. And I did that when I went through my spiritual awakening. I journaled, and I did vision boarding. That was my spiritual ascension tools. So I wanted to share that with you. So I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. In this journal, it's a blank notebook. In this journal, as you're journaling, this is my journaling process, right? I give you a vibrational money voucher. The vibrational money voucher is in the Facebook groups. You can see it. And it's called the Soul Income Game. So you spend £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. So you're in alignment with that vibrational money. That's how you bank 50K in 50 days vibrationally first. That is the challenge. And then I show you how to do it in the physical world, right? And so you tie 10%. That's the rule. So you're always feeling good about the money that you're receiving because you know you're going to do great things with it. So you have a worthy cause. My worthy cause is called Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents because I am one. I dedicate my work to my son. And you come from the space that your bills are already paid. The energy of your bills are already paid. Your savings are done. They're good. Your taxes are all done. They're good. What would you spend that £1,000, dollars, or euros on? You write that down in your journal and you feel it. And you go to whatever it is, wherever it is, and you spend the vibrational money voucher. Now, this was inspired by Abraham Hicks, The Prosperity Game, in Asking It Is Given, that book, and Frederick Lerman's Prosperity Consciousness. But the way that they did it, I was like, I want to do it in a way that I feel it. I feel like I can have my services, and my services are laid out like different levels of investment. So I know what I need to enroll in order to bank that 50K in 50 days. You have no clue. I help you with that business model. So you feel good. So for me, for the highest level, 5,555, there's only 9 that I need to enroll in 50 days, right? And if I'm getting on one-on-one calls, I'm like, yeah. And I've had 2 calls over the last 2 days, and both have expressed, I thought that people would go in this middle lane, and it's like both have expressed interest in the 3rd level, and it's lovely. It's really nice to serve. So Luce says, is this all in the book? But yes, basically. Yes, all of it. And it all leads to when you need to. So the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is we're doing it vibrationally. And I have the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, Bank 50K in 50 Days. So I do that on the last Monday of the month. Yeah, last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. So you can register for my masterclass. I do it live. You can register and you can watch the replay. And there's a replay on my channel trailer on my YouTube channel, but you can watch it. You can come and join me live, ask any questions. If you love what I do, I give some gifts. I give a live Q&A round for the companion self-study that's in the book, and I turn it into a live round October through to April. And there's an hour Q&A Monday to Friday, and I give what I call a free chapter group coaching VIP day. It's another 4 hours. So you've got like 8 hours of working with me, see if it's great, and move forward. I offer value all of the time. I don't ever worry about, like, does this person want to work with me? Just like, you decide. And so that's why I want to change the way that the industries, the way that we show up. We're not worried about the money. So that's the Bank 50K in 50 days. We do it right. I challenge you to do it every single day, right? Vibrationally. I show up every single day. Tomorrow we're talking about emotional freedom. Thursday we're talking about environmental freedom, where you want to travel, how you want to teach, how you want to teach online, all the things, your environment, like all the places that you want to go on your bucket list, all that stuff. We talk about relationships because that's what makes the world go round. We talk about spirituality, and then we talk about finances, and we get a handle on it. So we know why we're contributing in the world and we're receiving financial freedom. It's a fair energy exchange. So I love it. I've worked really hard on the model. It's felt effortless because I don't really feel like I'm working, but I have worked really hard. And I've put it in, and I've birthed something that I'm so super, super proud of. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and it's officially book launch day tomorrow. So join me. I'll hit you up, and you can come and join the group, and I can support you further, because there isn't any just coincidences. And here I am, and people say it to me all the time. During the challenge, the lady that I got on the call with yesterday, she said that she had like a vision. She posted it in the group so I can share it. That she had this vision, this shamanic, like just this beautiful, sacred vision. And she wanted to do a vision board for ages, and she procrastinated on it. And when she came out of the vision, she said she felt phenomenal. And there my vision board party was. And I'm like, dude, say what now? Just amazing. I'm so inspired by this. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Everything that I'm doing, when you're terrified, everything that I'm doing it is in the book, and I'm modeling it, so you get to see it. So when we have a book, I teach to have a companion journal, and this is just my journaling process that I'm doing out loud with you. I would do every day. And if I'm doing it, other people would want to do it too. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'll just share. I did start as Facebook Lives when I first launched it, and then I came offline because I was fostering for a year. But I had a bigger tribe then, and I shut everything down, went offline, had awakenings, dark night, this all came back on, and I'm building it back up, but with the published book and a co-author book as well. Sharing spiritual awakening stories. It just feels so aligned. So thank you. I'm really, really happy, because that's the goal, that you're inspired to do you. So I think I'm not going to talk about the book. I am going to invite you to the masterclass, and we have a monthly networking call called YouTube Podcasting Partnerships for Spiritual Entrepreneurs with a Movement. It's a free networking call on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. How long have I been doing this? Like living an intentional life, like 5 years. So I started my business in 2008, 2009. Holistic life coaching for women. So I've had my first business was called Life Matters, and my second business was called the International Helping Professions Mentoring Alliance. And then I had the Soul Speakers Academy, and I have the Soul Legacy Academy. So reiterations of what I'm doing now. But I have testimonials from 2008, 9. And basically they say the same thing as what I'm doing now. It's always been about lifestyle, always been about bringing the business, always been about bringing the marketing. So the actual formula that I've putting out now is over the last couple of years, and I've taken other people through it, and I'm taking, you can go through it. and it resonates. You know, when I got on the call yesterday and I got on the call today, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so, you know, because what's out there in the industry for me doesn't feel aligned with spiritual entrepreneurs, light workers, and service-based business owners. Everybody tells you, go out there and build a list. I'm like, nah, dude. The money's in the list. No, the money's in transformation, and go out there and build a legacy. So I'm very grounded in what I do, and I'm always walking my talk. So yeah, that what you see in the book when you come to the masterclass, you'll see like, oh, that is what she's doing over there. That is what she's doing. I wanted to get it into the hands of as many people as possible, because I'm not here to just add to the health and well-being of our nation. And my movement is the Soul Legacy movement, and to improve the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation. And we elevate prosperity and escape poverty. And I know that I can't do that alone. So if I inspire you, it's that ripple effect. So in essence, I've been doing it, and that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm born for. So it's, but it's taken a while. Don't get me wrong, because people are like, I don't know, I can feel your energy on camera. And I'm like, I was terrified of camera, and I still do not love camera. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. But I love the conversations. Do you know what I mean? I don't check myself like too much anymore, and I'll come on with or without makeup, or I used to come on in my jammies to my lives. I've had practice basically. Who says, wow, thank you for being you and all you offer. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Can I tell you a story before I do gratitude and then let you guys go? It happens every time. And if you've been with me for any length of time, or you guys watch this on the replay, you'll know. So I didn't notice the rainbow, right? I didn't notice that. And it's got an orange heart there. But as soon as I saw the purple heart, I'm like, oh, pay attention. And a star and an angel. So, and orange for today. It's incredible. So even on the live, on the vision board party, so my son's passed, my daughter's name is on my screen because she's sending me messages. So my son would have been 28, so he passed 8 years ago. And his favorite color was purple. And actually, I'm just dropping this in because I shared the Keepers of the Light, and I didn't actually realize that the card's purple. I've had this card for years. So this is, I'll just share with you, my son, Darnell Samuel Meade. And this card, right? So I shared the story of it on the vision board party, and I mentioned it yesterday, but I did not even think of the card. So Kyle Gray said to his students, which I was one, and he said, look in the deck and see if you see a family member. And I'm like, okay. My son's hair wasn't always like that. He was 18 there, and that was August. And it was like 18 months later, he didn't make it till his 20th birthday. It was 12 days before his 20th birthday, and he passed. He got knocked off his motorbike on the roadside. And so anytime I see a purple heart, and I said, you're sending me purple, thank you. Or a rainbow, or just, and I just think, wow. And I only just dropped in that card is purple. In all these years. So the card is called the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And my event when my son passed was the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event. And so it just holds true for me. And so when I see a purple heart, I'm like, oh, and I know that's that guidance is like, yeah, mom, keep going, keep going. So I really appreciate that. I know that you got that value. And I, even though I've been doing this for a long time, I don't take full credit for it because it comes through, right? And I meet who I need to meet, and you meet who you need to meet. We're guided. And so that's why with the book, I say soul guided influencers, because we're just guided by our soul. Oh, Fatima, thank you. I didn't even see that you were on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, do you know what? You guys absolutely light me up. I'm going to say gratitude. Let's say gratitude, because this is my gratitude stone, right? My daughter gave me this. She's nearly 21. And me and my son and my daughter would say gratitude on the stone, right? Because they knew this stuff, they got it. And the way that we do it is we say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate, right? We have that mantra. So we want to be happy, right? We've got to appreciate. I'm happy, I'm grateful, and appreciate. But the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast way is saying that you're happy and grateful for something in the past, or something in the present, or something in the predicted future, i.e., your vision board. So we can't go, well, I ain't got anything to be grateful for today because blah, blah, blah. We always have, right? So we just, whatever comes to mind. So the way that we bring in the Seven Freedoms Frequency, and that is short for the intentional living codes, the Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency is what I say. So I'll explain. The intentional living codes is you living an intentional life in alignment with your vision of freedom, in alignment with your values of freedom, and in alignment with the vibration of freedom, because it's the highest frequency. The cheers part stands for the acronym for all of the 7 days. So contribution freedom, H, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So it's the cheers to financial freedom frequency. So what better way to achieve financial freedom through contributing and noting your health and your environment and all those things. So we'll bring that energy in and say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate. You do it with me. I call it soul speaking into existence. Or you can write it down, or whenever, every day, we just bring that gratitude in. It's beautiful. Hang on. Lucy says, you're so real, authentic, natural. Thank you for showing up tonight. You're welcome. And do you know what? I wasn't even going to do. Listen. I don't even know what time it is in this UK place. I don't even know. Let me see. Just type in my mark, and it's like 10:30 at night here. Your girl's still got energy, right? I'm supposed to do this thing at 11:11, but I just feel, and I sat and I was chatting and I was doing the most, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go now. So if I hadn't have gone now, are you in the UK too? So you're up late as well. So do you know what I mean? It's just like, I just feel it. I just feel it. So thank you so much. It's just beautiful. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate contribution freedom. Boom, in the present moment, right now. Right now. Thank you. I accept that. I take it, I take it. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate health. Ooh, I would say my social health. I'd say my social health, the circle that is around me and the love and oh man, it's big, 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 big for me. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional health. I just have so many reasons to smile, and I've made things fun. And so my biggest value, one of my biggest values, is fun. Like I say, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. So if this isn't fun, I ain't doing it. So I had to find a way to make it fun. So I'm just like, okay, show up, unedited, raw and real, share what you've been doing, and hopefully you'll love it. It's kind of tried and tested and proven, because people have, when I was doing Just My Lives on Facebook, everybody was still getting results. They'd do the vision board, they'd work with me, they'd get the results, they'd collapse time. So it's just beautiful. Who said, we are so blessed in so many ways, even in the bad times. Yes. Because even if I'm having a bad day, that day is still a good day. And one of the things that I say is, you know what, like, okay, we can have a pity party for a second, a hot minute, and we can pause. However, when you live an intentional life, you don't get days and days and weeks. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all have those days. Like, I have Netflix days, not so much now, but I still will have a net. It's like, nobody talk to me. I'm good. It's not really that I probably do that, but do you know what I mean? Like, I take those days, own those days. I have down days, I'll have those emotional moments where I'll just tear up. I cry on camera all the time. But it is, you've got to be raw and real. So everything happens for a reason, for a higher perspective, from a higher perspective, always. On the vision board challenge, if you do it, And this compass, what I'm talking about, is what I call the soul legacy wheel, rather than those 7 areas, rather than the wheel of life. And I share that there's the world in the middle of my wheel, the physical world. And then we use our ascension tools, go through our spiritual awakening. There's a barrier on the outer rim. And then you raise your vibration. And then there's the North Star and an 11. So we're looking at the world through the lens of our soul. And we are looking down at that higher perspective. So that's what you see here. For me, I'm not about to be pushed and pulled by life. You know, we come back into that human perspective, obviously. But for the majority of the time, I look at the world through the lens of my soul. So that's what you see. Healing is a divine process indeed. Absolutely. When did you wake up? Just out of interest, when did I go from? I went through, oh man, dark decade of the soul, thick, hard, dark decade of the soul. And I've been talking about this recently. I realized that I've had a lot of losses. So grief is mine. So my brother passed 19 years ago. It's his birthday tomorrow. That's why I'm launching the book. He's my big brother. I'm the youngest of 7. So all the times when I've hit like grief, it's had me see the life in just a different way. It's taken me to my knees. I've lost, my dad, my son, male figures. And I was like dreading ever thinking, oh, well, I'll be with a partner, and he passed. And this was probably a spiritual awakening, not probably was. And I didn't realize it until like these last few weeks. And today as well, I was talking about it. I had an ex that took his life, or whatever the politically correct way of saying that is now. And it was when I was about 19. So I'm 50. When I used to watch Oprah Winfrey and the Jan Lazan Van Zandt, and I used to read her books, it was always these seeds, but the hardest ones and the real dark times has been through grief, because I've come out and I've shifted my perspective. Lucy said it was my dad's loss that triggered my spiritual awakening in 2009. Was it? Yeah. And so now I do interviews on spiritual awakening, and I've got the co-author book series on spiritual awakening. That's where the journal comes from. It's huge, and it helps us with our gifts and giving back in the world. So I'm happy and grateful for that, for the emotion, all of what I've been through. The fact that I'm still standing and smiling is a big, hairy deal. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate this environment right now to be able to stream. So I'm streaming this from my YouTube channel onto all the socials in my group and in my Soul Legacy Academy as well for students. So I have a 2-hour monthly coaching call based on this, which I gift my students because I really do believe that it's needed. When we go through that spiritual awakening, this was my light at the end of the tunnel. And I wish that somebody would have helped me through those dark times because I did not know what was happening. I had no clue. So I've created that environment and this environment for you guys. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. There we go. So Lucy, Fatima, thank you so much. Like, this is what lights me up every single day. And I show up and I speak out and I serve deep every single day. And it's beautiful because I never know who's going to come on. Because I could record this and just upload it, but I didn't want to do that. Something inside me was saying, no, show up and do it live. Do it live, do it daily, right? So these relationships are just out of this world. You have no idea. It means absolute world to me. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate spirituality, the signs. My baby boy. Purple hearts are big for me. And the rainbows. Like seeing your rainbow is like me literally seeing a rainbow. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. Somebody's invested in my book. I'm like, wow. And that having 2 students, potential students first, I say they're students, come and want to invest, not at the lowest level, but at the highest level. And will do anything to make that happen. Not anything, do what it takes to make that happen. That for me feels really special. So I'm happy and grateful for that. Thank you. So I appreciate your amazing heart and light. Thank you. I'll borrow your book for sure. Thank you. All right. I think, excuse me, we're done. I think if you guys have got any questions, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please do share this out, because I just know that the energy just needs to reach so many more people and gather. I set the intention to call in my soul tribe. So if you're up for it, and in the book, you'll see everything, like it's all laid out, literally everything, you know. I just absolutely love it. So I really appreciate your company. I really appreciate that it's like 20 minutes to 11 o'clock at night. I usually end up going for what's my YouTube channel? It's called Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So at Soul Legacy TV. If you hang on. My name is Iona Meade, so if you typed in Iona Meade, it would come up anyway. But yeah, at the Soul Legacy TV, and all the handles are at Soul Legacy TV. And if you type in Amazon, my name, it will come up with my author page. Way past I know, right? Way past our bedtime. I'm like, gonna take this makeup off. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna bask in it. So what I will say is, share your gifts, shine your light, because you are born to serve. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deeply. Blessed in your soul purpose. Big, 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 big love. Take care.